Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie. I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
Greetings, good sir. It's good to be back in the saddle again.
Good. And, of course, once again, we never came up with a catch name for you.
It's probably like Shemp at this point.
Shemp.
Just kind of occasionally show up and don't work on Friday.
When Curly got the stroke, I arrived back again. And this is, of course, is Jason. So, ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is the Thursday Night Hangout. This is the show for you, by you, where we, all three of us, will be chit-chatting about the topics that you have submitted to us. And, of course, at any time during the show, if you'd like to add to the discussion, either adding to the current topic or maybe adding a topic for later, all you got to do is drop it in the chat window.
Jason, do you have any topics to add?
I am topless.
Excellent.
Oh, hey there. That's kinky. Okay, so let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. I know that many of you out there know that Ultra Confusion is going to do an Extra Life 24-hour game-a-thon, and for the life of me, I somehow forgot to actually tell you what day it is.
Tomorrow!
No, it's going to be October 27th. It's going to start at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and then end at 2 a.m. Sunday. Excuse me.
And Charlie's still alive. Choked up over it.
I'm so choked up over it. So be on the lookout for that.
Do you know your games yet?
No.
Have you thought about your games?
Yes.
Are you LARPing for 24 hours? You're going to roam the streets?
That would be fun. However, I don't know if I have a strong enough internet connection to do that. I have always toyed with the notion of, at some point, breaking out like a board game or a card game or something and gaming that way.
Yeah, that's valid.
But I need enough people to do that. It's kind of weird. Like, I get this schmuck to come in for a couple hours.
Thanks. Wow.
I love you, Zealeus. What did you do?
Why do I even come?
Dude. We've known each other so long, okay?
I played Risk for 18, 19 hours.
I would kill you after 3. I don't like Risk at all.
No.
Risk and Monopoly. I will flip the table.
It's from Twilight Imperium, man.
Dude, it took us 3 hours just to read through the fucking rule book.
I know. They take the whole 24 hours to play the game.
Like, okay, you want to play the game? I'm like, no, we're out of time. My wife is going, what the fuck are you still doing here?
We're learning to play the game.
We're reading the rules, babe. Okay, so anyways, speaking of other news, ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed. I'm just working out all the little details.
It's confirmed. I think we need a drum roll.
The test came back positive.
The test has come back positive. Ultra Confusion will be at Chattacon at the end of January 2019. I, of course, have already lost the note card of the exact date. Actually,
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
It's our troll.
Between the 1st and the 31st.
I would get away.
It would be the 26th and the 25th, 26th, 27th of January. And there will
Thursday,
be
Friday, Saturday?
That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We will have a fan table there.
Oh, thanks, Demon.
And we will we'll be doing 3
I'm new
panels.
compared to last week.
No, that's true.
We'll be doing 3 panels.
3 panels? What are the 3 panels?
Thursday Night Hangout, video games today, and the destruction of the game industry as we know it.
Good times.
They said they wanted all 3. They said that we will automatically get 2 panelist badges for free, and if we want a 3rd one, we only have to pay half price.
Nice.
So I just need to figure out who the hell my panelist is going to be. Everybody check your calendars, damn it. Because it's in Chattanooga. Okay, so let's get down to some stories. All right.
Is there a table too, or how does that work?
Yeah, we got a fan table.
Okay, I don't know if they do that.
No. They're doing. They can't promise that we're going to be near an outlet, but I've got about 200 feet of extension cord, so I could do it.
A small
How much for a Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon? Okay, you're crossing genres, and that's offensive because they're both collectible card games, and they're 2 totally different. Oh my God! You want to buy some from your Beyblade arena?
Dude, that's why they're so rare.
Dude, speaking of which, there was no shit. There was a lady, I went to Walmart today. There was a lady who was literally pulling down every single Beyblade off the shelf and buying each one that was unique.
What are you talking about?
What, Beyblades?
Yeah, I've never heard of this, legitimately.
Do you know what Beyblades are? It's like this spinner top arena thing. It's an anime where literally they're like they add all these like custom parts so that the top will spin a certain way to knock the other one out of the arena. It's literally just a spinning top, but it's got like fancy stuff. So there's lady was literally
tops hitting each other.
Yeah, it's just two spinny tops.
Confused.
It's two spinny tops that are hitting each other, and let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
So it's like dreidels attacking each other?
Sort of, but Blade. So it's basically
I missed the dreidel.
So it's like spinning pogs.
yeah, it's basically spinning pogs. It's exactly it. So you get this, you get like a base thing, and then you have these rings that you can customize for, I guess, like better rotation or better hit or stabilization. All I'm like, I don't know.
Wait, do they fire out of the gun?
Backspin.
No, so
when they hit the green, they
so the gun's like this, and it sits like this. So you shoot the thing, and it basically makes it rotate real fast.
Huh.
It's a spinning
You
mechanism.
can't spin with your fingers anymore.
No, well, I mean, you could. You do have the thing
What?
of the. You do have like an armband thing where it's got like the pull string to do the spin. You can do that, but not by hand. Not by hand.
Never by hand.
Okay, thank you for that comment, demon/nudge. Okay.
Zoro the Beyblade. Is that a?
I'm not asking any questions.
Anyways, wait, did you play Soul Knight?
Yes. Like, I was being serious.
No, I know, but so I played Soul Knight and I got stuck outside the first city and couldn't get any further.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
There's like this huge like dude like with a shield or something, but I couldn't get around, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm going home.
Wait, am I talking about the right game? Hold on.
Oh no. Oh, I know. No, I'm talking about something different. I'm talking about.
I don't know what game you're talking about.
Hold on. I'm talking about. Hold on, I'll find it. A Hollow Knight. My bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My brain. Hollow Knight. Soul. What was it? Soul Knight.
I should probably download.
I've got to.
Two totally different.
I got to the last boss twice, and you get Dannon well. I was pissed off both times too.
I apparently keep getting like the gimp of a henchman, according to demons.
Oh, the henchman. I don't care about my henchman. It's all about the gun that you get and the energy it takes.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I love my legendary fish. Oh, well, because it's like a nonstop laser, just taking energy.
Yeah.
Oh, and daily quest. That's all I really need is daily quest to take up more of my time.
Yes. I mean, that's how they suck you in, man. Like, it's the daily quest and the consecutive day bonuses.
Yes.
That's the two things that will drag your ass in, even if the game is repetitive as shit.
You have
will
to keep
do
going.
it over and over and over again until you actually start playing another game that's got that same addictive layer.
Hooks you out.
And then the next thing you're like, oh shit, I stopped playing that game.
Although I love it was like I don't remember what it was, like the Devastator or something. It was like this rocket launcher. It was awesome. I love the Devastator. Oh no, I hate Uzis. It goes through energy too quickly. Like it fires like so fast. So no, I don't. I like slow shooting weapons in the game. Or lasers.
Oh god, I can't.
Or lasers.
In any game across the map, I cannot deal with slow weapons. Like there was the game I was playing a while ago, Chasm, where you could get these upgraded blades. I always kept with like the long, thin blade, like a sword, a saber, all that stuff, because I wanted the reach, but also wanted the speed. They had like broadswords that did huge ass amounts of damage, but they had to do like overhead arcs. And just like, oh my god, it's so slow. I don't have the patience to try to aim this shit.
Now the one weapon I can't use in Soul Knight is like the power up ones, like a bow.
The broom.
No, like the bow where like you have to like press and hold for it to like gain the energy. Those I hate.
The power up.
Yeah, those I'm like no.
The Beyblade probably doesn't do too well.
Bad blood.
Well, not how Nudge uses it.
Bad blood. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so if you have been watching the Altered Confusion live stream or gaming stream as of late, I have finally given back into the demon called Paladins.
Oh.
It's good. Dude, I don't...
So it's Overwatch.
Actually,
Because
so...
No.
No. I actually had a buddy... This is Jason.
Champ.
You just pointed at me.
Dude, this is Jason.
Champ.
Whatever. We don't have a curly who had a stroke, though. That's the problem. I hope that no one's had a stroke for the altercation.
Not that I know of.
Whose place did I take here? He's okay. I mean, I see him with
Jesse.
see him at drop off. Yeah, he's all right. All right.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's
Maybe
he's
a
doing.
replace just filling in.
You're not a replacement.
Yeah, adding to the rapport.
Jesse, you're awesome, but let's be real. You haven't really shown up for the show for very much, so this is
Fill in.
no, it's not a fill-in. You are the replacement.
Replacements. I feel like when you start doing
But
some
you
camera
are-
snapshots.
Drop off's gonna be awkward now.
Oh my
That's
god.
all I'm saying.
Anyways, no, Nudge. He's been here
I've
before.
been here before.
He knows all about you. Although I don't think you had the demon Kikiel thing. Anyways, so shit. Now you derailed me. Thanks a lot, guys. Damn it.
Is that covered up?
Yeah, I know.
Taverns.
Caverns.
Taverns.
No, I'm talking about
Slow weapons.
weapons.
Slow
Weapons.
weapons.
Paladins. I started playing
Paladins.
Paladins again. Dude, I don't know what happened, but in one of the games, I started playing out of my effing mind. Like, okay, so KDA, kill,
Yes.
Kill,
Kill,
death,
assist.
assist ratio. Of course, you want something that's above, 1.
Generally speaking. Well, depending
Dude,
on
I
what
had,
class
like-
you play.
I was a flanker. I think I had almost a 9.
Okay, that's good.
Dude, I was playing on my mind. I was basically pissing everybody off on the other team.
Did your team win?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Was the little fox one thing?
Hmm?
The character,
The Talus, the little character that was bouncing around. You liked my picture.
I know who it is.
Anyways,
I've played.
there you go.
Turn things into chickens and then you get to shoot them.
Oh, that is
It's a mage from World of
I
Warcraft.
call it Firefox, but that's probably a
no. The guy who turns people into chickens is he's the healer. Oh man, it's gonna piss me off now.
Star Fox.
No, it's not Star Fox. He in some of his skins he looks like Star Fox. Hey, I'm still waiting for that the drawing of the knife that you promised me, so I could potentially hand it over to my my blacksmith or coalsmith or whatever. There's a buddy that I've met through a bunch of the conventions. Dude does all his own like smithing, but with like a coal forge, like old school.
That is old school.
And he's like really freaking good at it too. And he's also does like a lot of like LARPing and Renaissance Fair-esque type of stuff.
Okay.
Pip is the name of the healer character that kind of looks like Star Fox that turns
Oh,
people
that
into
was the
chickens.
blacksmith.
No, his name is Pimp. Yeah, he's a
Pimp the pimp.
Okay, fine. Thank you for deflating my my ignorant geek moment. Thanks a lot. All right, so anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple stories that yes, they do get very, very hot. If you got to know what the hell you're doing when it comes to like doing anything by coal, period. Because if you don't know what you're going to do, you're going to certain parts are going to be overheated while other parts might even be raw.
Or you'll probably just blow yourself up.
That too. But propane will give you that will give you that even spread. However, depending on how good your grill is or whatever, you might have that aftertaste of the gas.
You just gotta get the tasteless propane.
Right. You know that there's
It actually is.
there is, but they have to add it so that people know.
I know.
When you're digging and you've hit something.
You're a biochem major. What the hell are you doing?
I realize this. That's why you can get the black market propane.
Speaking of black market propane, his dad found the fucking black market propane when your dad's little like cabin up in Blue Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Where we couldn't find an adapter for the propane tank. Like, dude, that's an unsafe nozzle. We don't sell that kind of stuff. Like, oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we went into like, was it Lowe's or Home Depot?
There's a Ace Hardware there.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, no. I don't know who sold that to you, but no. We're like, okay, great. I'm glad that we didn't try to Jimmy rig something up because we'd probably blow the house up.
It was tempting.
Yes, it was. Very tempting. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple of... Hello, Felix was there. We have a couple topics here. Let's start off with the fun one. Nintendo wins its lawsuit against MariCar. That's basically Mario without the O.
But it's not Mario.
So basically, there was a company in Japan that was basically going to give you these like guided tours, in quotation marks here, that you got to ride in what look like carts that belong to a Mario Kart game. But of course,
awesome.
not affiliated with Nintendo whatsoever. So of course, Nintendo took him to court. It has been finalized. Nintendo has won their lawsuit against MariCar, which means, of course, it's for violating IP, intellectual property rights, and they won $89,000 in damage, which means that they weren't making a hell of a lot. The reason why is that this company was also struggling with multiple public and personal damage lawsuits from, and I quote, "karting gone awry." Because let's be honest, if you were given the opportunity to drive around like Japan or any city with something that's looks kind of like a Mario Kart cart, I would be drunk as shit, and I'd be trying to run into stuff.
Okay, here's my real question.
Yes, sir.
Where is the Mario theme park?
It's I know this. It's going to be in Japan. There's like a Disney Japan.
Like, I mean, think about like Orlando's huge, all about the Harry Potter verse. You got the Universal. The UK has the big Harry Potter thing. I mean, like these theme parks are crazy huge.
There isn't. Hold on.
So where is a Nintendo theme park with stuff like this would be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to.
Here it is.
Universal.
It actually is coming.
Yeah, no,
okay.
it's coming to Universal. Which Universal though? Universal Studios Japan.
It needs to come to Orlando.
It's going to coincide with the Olympic Games of 2020.
So they got rid of Back to the Future. Right?
Damn it!
Nintendo's taking over.
They still got the ET thing?
I don't know. I can afford anywhere south of Vermont.
Anyways, so
What about north of Canada?
I gotta go.
what?
Meltdown.
Uh-oh.
Epic proportions.
Bye, Jason.
I'll get the instructions from you later.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pleasure doing this.
It's just the back door.
We'll talk. Let's not.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's a little trick.
Okay.
That's all. Bye, Jason. Sorry you have to go.
All good. Sorry.
Bye, Jason.
Bye. What's good on you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we're down one man, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to hyperventilate now.
Shall we just end the show now because I cannot go on with my cohort?
No, we're gonna have to do what we got to do, man. We got to do it for him.
All right, man. Let's carry on the tradition.
Okay, we're gonna do our best, man. We're gonna do our best.
That's the best I can do.
Oh God, we're screwed then. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can't.
We're doing some re-cameras.
Recamerazation.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird right now without him here. Oh, there. That's better. That's better. Oh, one more left. Go the other way.
No, I got to. Okay, now we're going back over this way. Oh no, wait, this way.
Yeah, the other way. There you go.
Yeah.
Looks good.
All right, so
we're back
from outer space. I can't. Okay, anyways, so let's discuss them. So I find that kind of humorous. But 2020, the Mario themed Universal Japan theme park will be available for the Tokyo Olympics.
Well, Nintendo's always been pretty zealous about protecting their IP.
Oh, Jesus. We brought that up like a couple weeks ago.
But in this case, I think probably the safety concerns that you brought up probably don't help because, you're going to look at this, go to this, you're going to see like Mario themed, and if you get hurt on that, and you're what seems like a Mario themed park, then you're going to be like, wait, Nintendo sucks now.
Yeah.
So, I can definitely see the logic in this with Nintendo protecting themselves and be like, yeah, this is terrible idea.
Yeah, no. Right. So for that, yes, I absolutely 100%, I am behind Nintendo a bajillion percent because you potentially are going to cause bodily harm or property damage to other individuals. Where I kind of get a little irked is when someone creates like a fan comic or a fan made movie where they're not taking any money and they're releasing it for free.
That I agree with you on that. Like,
that's
two
kind of
different
pisses
things.
me off.
Well, obviously, let's be realistic. If you have a theme, it's a miniature little theme park.
Right.
You're there to make money.
Yeah.
You're not doing it as like a free labor of love, right?
Right.
And so to me, there's varying degrees of IP infringement.
I
It has to be
agree.
near the top, causing active harm,
Agree.
versus, you do a fan-made thing, and I get why they do it, but I still don't like it.
Right.
But, it is what it is, and it's not changing anytime soon.
Well, yeah, but still, it is saddening that you have some amazing fans who just want to show their love for your product, and yet you try to smack them in the face.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I agree.
yep, we've discussed this a lot in the past, so we're just going to let that one go. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next topic. Let us discuss. So, of course, I think everyone is abundantly aware of the fact that if you are looking at the esports scene, the battle royale themed games are taking the world by storm. There's some. Sorry, here we go. There's some amazing. There's some amazing games out there. Of course, there's a lot of copycats. And the best thing for me personally, as a casual esport gamer, is that when you play a battle royale game, once you're booted out, once you die, you leave the game, and you can just jump right back into a new game. That is phenomenally awesome. But on the other side, I need a little bit of room for error, and battle royale games don't give you that. You die, you die. It's not, you're not going to respawn. You can't, you might have the perfect setup, but you do one stupid thing. That one stupid thing costs you everything. You got to restart from zero.
You just got to do it perfect again.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, like I said earlier on this broadcast, is I've started playing Paladins again.
Ah, yes.
And that is a game where I will do some stupid shit. But more often than not, if you allow me to have Talus, I can wipe the fucking floor with the opponents as long as I have the proper support around me.
Yes.
Talus is a flanker. He cannot go straight at enemies. Stop telling me to try to capture the point when there is a frontliner standing on there. I can't do that.
Yeah, you got different class characters with different strengths. Absolutely.
But okay, but let's talk. But speaking of battle royales, of course, you've got Fortnite and the other big name that is there, but kind of has some ridicule on it because of like all the bugs. And of course, they did, was it fixpubg.com or something? PUBG has had some new statistics come out, and this is the cool thing. This isn't actually from the PUBG developers. It's actually from a Reddit user who just, for shits and giggles, decided to check out the number of banned accounts for PUBG.
Okay.
Currently, it sits at over 13 million banned accounts for PUBG. Now,
that's a lot.
The caveat, of course, is, or I guess the disclaimer is, do understand that accounts are not equal to the number of people.
Is PUBG free to play?
I do not know. I do not know. However, what I do know is that, you got to take into account that people are going to be opening up multiple accounts to try to exploit the system. Of course, every single one of them that's been banned for life is for unauthorized third-party software.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually, last time I played Paladins, that actually came up. There was a lot of complaining on my side that an individual may have had an assist bot for targeting.
Well, I think there's two different reasons to cheat. So in a game like an FPS, a team-based first-person shooter like an Overwatch or a Paladins, I think there might be a little less incentive to use an aimbot because you're one of a team. Like, there's only so much each individual can do, right? So one of the most famous Overwatch coaches, a guy named Jane, he kind of has this. He has a statistic he gives. So if you have 3 matches, right, or over the lifespan of your matches, by default, just statistically speaking, no matter what you do,
PUBG is not free. It's $30.
Interesting. You're going to win 33% of your games. You're going to lose 33% of the games. The other 33% of games are in your hands, potentially, or some variation thereof. Just based on who your just based on competition of your teammates, there's some matches you're always going to win, and there's some matches you're always going to lose.
Right. Oh yeah.
But versus a battle royale game where it's just you. That's all that matters is what do you do in the game. So I think I see a lot more incentive in a game like PUBG or a Fortnite to actually use a cheating system because now it's only me to control the outcome.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is the thing that kind of like confuses me is, from my understanding, you could potentially have a Fortnite team. So I wonder if it's just like, you know, you and a bunch of buddies got like the you know, the hidden show, the hidden handshake, the under the table handshake of, you know, I don't know if, see, the thing is, look, I played Fortnite like 4 times, got really pissed because I'm way too damn slow. I do not have the Twitch skills to even begin to try to comprehend how the hell to improve in Fortnite. But I don't know. To be honest, because I guess, you know, especially since PUBG is not free, I'm not going to check it out. I am very interested in checking out Realm Royale, which is the Paladins version of the Battle Royale formula. I think it's still in beta or alpha. I can't remember.
Alpha, beta.
What I've heard is, and this actually made me stop and think for a second. The latest Call of Duty has a Battle Royale mode. And I'm like, oh, please, Jesus. But apparently it's actually like really good. But I can't confirm nor deny it. But I've heard that it's actually like pretty solid, and it takes, you know, it actually does it actually adds something to the whatchamacallit?
Realm Royale.
Realm Royale is mostly negative.
It's one from High Res.
Yeah, it is early
Hey,
access.
look, it's somebody flying in from an airplane.
No. But okay, so the Call of Duty Battle Royale mode has like that Call of Duty flavor. It's not literally like a cut and paste. We just put Call of Duty theme stuff in there. That apparently has been quite the awesomeness. Okay, so let's talk about some other topics here. We will talking about awesomeness. Of course, we have to bring in yet another project that is trying to take over or try to lead us into the great, amazing gaming revolution of being able to play every single game, no matter the computer, no matter where you are, as long as you have an internet connection. And that, of course, is Google's Project Stream, which is a system that basically connects into Chrome that gives you the ability to play all the latest AAA titles, no matter the PC, with a stable environment, no lag, no latency. They are actually going to start this closed beta test tomorrow to a limited number of participants, of course. And the game that they're going to be able to play with all of the specs turned up is Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I mean, as usual with all these zero latency games, I'm skeptical. Just because of the reality of how do you have zero latency when no matter what, you're going to have to send some kind of image or something from the Googleplex over to us, and there's just going to be latency? I don't know how you magically avoid that.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm glad that they're doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I want a fast-paced multiplayer game,
and that's the big thing, is the multiplayer game.
Right. Because that's really what it is. From my understanding, I believe that there's some multiplayer-ness to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I'm sure there is.
However, I want that Battle Royale. I want Fortnite on any PC through a browser. Let's see how it does. Though I would be very interested to see, and this is just me speculating. This is not, they haven't said anything. But I'd be very interested to see this limited number of participants, if they're not all pulled from areas that Google Fiber exists.
Well, another thing too is even going. So you're talking about your web browser, right? it's not like it still doesn't have processing overhead to render stuff in your web browser.
Right.
I mean, Chrome is notorious for actually being the most resource heavy of all the web browsers out there. And like even going like, so the same web browser, it can be any operating system, right?
Yep.
Even going, so I dual boot both Linux and Windows at home.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clear difference when I go from Windows back to Linux
Mm-hmm.
with how well using Chromium or Firefox
Mm-hmm.
does like high def videos load.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not as, you can definitely tell there's more load on my computer on the Linux side than the Windows side. And so that's
Why
where
aren't you using Opera?
So that's where I'm wondering some of the stuff, like, I don't know how you avoid still doing some of the processing on the end user. And even like, because you use Citrix Client and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we know how terrible experience that can be over like a remote session.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Citrix has been doing this how long for doing these remote type of sessions? We're talking fairly static screens.
Yep.
And it's oftentimes a very miserable experience. So that's why I'm going to be very curious to see some of those type of things. How are they going to overcome? I mean, obviously, I would love it if they do. Like, if they can overcome these real obstacles to make it become a reality, sweet. I'm sure AMD and NVIDIA would love that because it'd kill their industry.
That would truly drive the graphics card industry down. Now that the Bitcoin cryptocurrency bubble apparently continues to just release gas.
And I'm kind of curious how this will like work with pricing. Like, is it basically going to be out the subscription model? Is that what I would wonder? You know, are you going to pay?
I think we're literally this is a continuation of us moving away from a product and moving towards a service. And I think it's just
Ooh, you're cut off from the Mountain Dew.
No, I almost knocked over my beer glass. You know, I mean, that's where we're really
That's
headed.
what they want.
That's what the entire
That is
United
their-
States wants. Have you not seen the net neutrality bullshit?
Yes, that is their end goal of the developers is basically, or publishers, I should really say,
Yeah.
is to have it as a service.
Yeah.
So that they can continue to milk you for that $30 a month or whatever
Plus
they charge.
DLC.
Yeah. You know it's not going to be just one fee. It's going to be
No.
the tiered system of some sort.
We give you the ability to play our game on anything you want. All you got to do is pay $29.99 every single month.
And that's just for the
Plus
Windows version.
DLC.
And then you want to play in the Linux version, that's another $10 a month. You want to play in Mac, that's another $10 a month.
Oh, you're talking about seeding licenses.
Oh, you want to use a mouse? Ooh.
Oh,
That's a good one.
third-party peripherals. I don't know if I'm cool with that.
A different cost for the Razer versus the Microsoft.
Logitech
Yeah.
mouse, yeah. Then they could do that. I mean, that's the insane thing is that a company potentially could do that. And oh my God, think about how dirty the deals could be. I mean, Microsoft could basically sign a bunch of these like smaller developers and go, okay, look, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you a little bit of money on the side to give our peripherals, our mouse, our keyboard, preferential treatment on your game. Oh man, ooh, that's dirty. But it'll probably be if it hasn't been done yet, it's probably done right now because we just said it.
Well, it's kind of like the video cards with video cards optimized for a certain game.
I'm gonna overclock it, man. Like, great, melt your computer. I don't care.
Overclock your mouse, bro. You get a much higher DPI.
God, like, I don't. Okay, so the mouse is something that pisses me off. Like, it has to be a specific, like, it's not the actual mouse. It's the way that it moves on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a certain speed. Can't be too fast. Can't be slow. It's got to be that perfect for
Yeah.
me. Otherwise, I go like batshit nuts. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so here's what drives me nuts at school, right?
Yep.
We all have MacBooks with the trackpad.
Yep.
I
Fuck the trackpad.
I do the natural thing where, like, when you do your two fingers down, it actually, like, reverses.
Does she like that?
That's how I like it. But most...
Oh, nice.
But a lot of people reverse it. So I try going to, like, to help them on their computer. I try scrolling, and, like, it scrolls the opposite way of what my brain thinks it should be. I'm like, no, I can't do this. Or, like,
So basically, you're one of those people who doesn't inverse the y-axis.
Or some kids make their mouse like a quarter the size of the screen, the cursor, make it, and it's like the fastest speed possible. So
Yeah.
like you touch it and the screen flies.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I'm like, stop it!
No, I mean, like literally, like the way my mouse interacts on my my desktop, perfect. However, if I've got something that's like chugging and the mouse slows down a little bit, I get frustrated. I get like antsy. I'm like,
that's why I hate using the Citrix client so much.
oh Jesus!
Because you're inside the Citrix and like, your mouse should be moving to there exactly, but
it's not.
It's like, damn you.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was. Okay.
Yeah. So people tried it. Wasn't it OnLive was one of the first ones to try to do it?
Well, OnLive was the biggest name to try to do it. There had been other services before that.
For biggest first, yeah.
And then I know Microsoft is going to try to do that with their next Xbox console.
I feel like that's a little different though, because my understanding of the console is it's really it's like a hybrid. It's more of a hybrid system, and that's what I'm kind of thinking with the Google thing.
It's not strictly streaming. There's going to be some buffering capabilities and computation capabilities built in the box.
And that I can get behind. That like, okay, you guys stream some extra bits and bytes. Okay,
yep.
That makes more logical sense. But if you're literally just basically almost like the Citrix client, where you're just shooting over all of the screenshots, that's where I'm a little bit more like weary. I don't know, because then you get dealing with stupid Java plugins and
Java makes me scream at night.
But you have the right version of the Java, but then you have to have the old version also. And not the old version, just the new old version.
You need to not have the latest version, but not the next to latest version. You need the one before that, but you need to have an additional file for compatibility. Otherwise, certain things won't load. But if you do have that file, but you have the latest version, then you have a huge memory leak and a security loophole. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, people, get this shit right. All right, so. Speaking of coding on the internet, let's talk about there is or was a game called Limit Theory. It was a procedurally generated space simulation game that went through Kickstarter 6 years ago. Unfortunately, the individual, the master creator behind it all, because he was doing it all by himself, has finally had to throw in the towel. No. The project raised over $180,000 from backers, and basically he's canceling it due to physical, emotional, and financial exhaustion. He either has or is in the very near future going to release all the source code out into the Ethernet. But he does warn that that this game does not work in its current state. So my question for you, sir, if you were to back a game and it's 6 years down the road, it's successfully been backed, so that money has been pulled from you 6 years ago, and the guy has basically busted his ass but cannot do it, are you going to be demanding a refund?
No. The way I look at Kickstarter, short of it being a total con, it's a gamble. Like, that's just my view of a Kickstarter. Is I'm giving that money in the hopes, not a guarantee,
right.
I'm hoping I am, of receiving something back. That's how I look at Kickstarter. And me personally, that's why I don't Kickstart a lot of stuff. I Kickstart like stuff like Craig Campbell stuff because we know it's going to happen and come to fruition.
Yep.
So in this case, specifically, obviously the guy's busted his ass.
Yep.
Obviously he's tried to release something. He's releasing the source code.
Yeah.
So in cases like this, he tried. I don't see why. I mean, it's no different than buying a crappy product that you realize is terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I think the fact is that this. I mean, it was very obvious that this was something that he was very passionate about. That he was trying with all his soul, blood, sweat, and tears to make it happen.
And how much was the Kickstarter for again?
It ended up being $180,000. Which,
if we're being realistic here, you're trying to create a video game.
That's
I mean, it sounds like $180,000.
And this was triple what he asked for. So that would have been what? That would have been 60,000.
But that's not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, $180,000 ain't much. I mean, that's enough to get you by on a couple of years with doing nothing but that by himself. And that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but it's not like life-changing. I can go retire money or anything like that.
Right, exactly. I just, for me personally, I'm the same boat with you. The thing is, if I, back a project or I guess put money towards a product, and then they take the money and run, then I'm gonna fucking ask for it back.
Yeah.
But if they're literally trying their fucking hardest and at the end of the day they can't do it, I'm okay with okay, well, especially since it's 6 years ago. Okay, this guy has been busting his balls for 6 years. That's fucking dedication.
Yeah.
And for him to go, I just can't do it. Financially, I'm like, okay, well, I took that hit 6 years ago, and hopefully I'm still doing fine. But I'm not, like.
Yeah, it happens with Kickstarter. That's reality. It is interesting how Kickstarter's changed. We were looking because we're actually looking at having our students do a Kickstarter project at school. Just kind of like as a business type of simulation.
Yeah. Well, if you do that, you need to.
I've already reached out to him.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Reach out to Craig Campbell.
I just kind of funny because when I first emailed him, he was like, his response was basically like, "Dude, you're insane for trying to do this with a student." I'm like, "Wait, no, this is a simulation. It's not real."
Yeah.
He was like, "Okay."
It is a shit ton harder than anyone will ever.
But it's kind of how things have changed though, because like even like physical goods now, like it's basically Kickstarter rules where you have to have a prototype now. Like you just can't throw.
No matter the platform, you have to have that prototype.
Versus you think about 5 years ago.
I have an idea.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's how these things have changed. It's evolved.
Absolutely.
To make sure that, or help prevent at least, real scams happening. And it's smart. It's platforms have to evolve to that. They start out one way where I was like, oh wait, this is people are gaming the system. Let's fix it. And to Kickstarter's credit, I think they've done a pretty good job of seeing what people have done to game the system and tried to fix it.
I agree. I think that the thing is, at the end of the day, Kickstarter's still there. And so it is, at the end of the day, it is viable. Okay. It is a system that, yes, it has its flaws but through it all, people have continued to lean on the thing. So it's not like I did it again. God damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. So that's the guy right there. Okay. Anyways, sorry, I needed some additional information for something. So at the end of the day, Kickstarter has been through a shit ton. And I think that in the end, it's made it a better platform because you have to try that much harder now to really,
Well, you had some of those initial hit games with, hundreds of thousands, not just games, but products in general, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars.
The Pebble.
And then all of a sudden,
the Ouya.
Everyone who had any idea in their parents' basement was like, oh my gosh, I can do this too.
I want to make potato salad, which was actually a success story. That dude just jokingly said, I want to raise some money to make potato salad. Next thing you know, people are like pouring in money, adding stretch goals, going, okay, well, I'm going to make a cookbook. So he made good on the increase of money because ironically, he just wanted to make some fucking potato salad. He just wanted enough money to do that. But he didn't want to feel like he was conning everybody. So he kept trying to add shit on so that he wasn't like accumulating a ton of money. And of course, because he kept adding shit on, people kept donating and going, oh, this is really fucking cool. So this is the perfect storm. But that doesn't happen. Like that's like a 1 in a trillion type of situation. The vast majority of Kickstarter projects now, you have to have something golden in order to make it work.
Or you already have a following who's going to help make it work.
Yeah, even if it shits out. Okay, so speaking of independent projects, indie development, all that stuff. There's an individual. His name is John Warner. He is the director behind the game The Fall.
Okay.
He basically wrote up an article saying that we need to stop encouraging everybody who wants to make an indie project.
Okay.
The reason why is he feels, because you want people to, and this has kind of been AlteredConfusion's mindset since day one when we decided, our attention should be on the indie environment, is if you want to make something, do it.
Mhm.
However, you have to understand there are a shit ton of pitfalls that will occur if you're not careful. One, of course, is have money saved. For the love of God, if you're going to make an indie project, you need to have money saved up. You can't just like, oh, I'll just eat ramen. No, that's not how that fucking works. It's not. So basically, here's the deal. If you have an amazing project, build it while you're doing something else. A lot of people who end up having those Kickstarter projects that become something are side projects. They're like, well, I work 9 to 5 doing, I don't know. I'm a 9 to 5 IT guy for a local high school. But afterwards, I created a procedurally generated space simulator. The thing is, you can't get by with just an idea. That's not how it works. You have to have an idea, create it. Basically, at this point, you have to have a beta. You have to have a beta, a working product. It may not be pretty, but a working something so that people can see that you actually know your shit. It's no more. Zealeus has pulled up something.
So I hear where he's coming from. I get it. And I think maybe where it's coming from is a lot of people, like you said, they just stop everything they're doing.
Yeah.
Trying to do it.
Yeah.
And kind of what you're saying is, so like I said, we're trying to do a Kickstarter school, and one of the prototypes we're kind of using to look at is one called the Pixel Stick.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I think of something like Pixel Stick is you have a lot of these products where the reality is, if it weren't for something like a Kickstarter, they probably would have never seen the light of day.
Exactly.
Like nobody would know about them.
Right.
But the key thing is, like we're talking about, is the prototype. Like if you look at this thing called the Pixel Stick, they have this whole prototype that they created and how it worked before you could even back it.
Right.
They have all that stuff there. They have like entirely 3D printed models of how they're going to do it.
Yep.
So they have this product so you can see like this is what it's actually going to do. This is what you're purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Craig has said. He created Crapers and Mars Acquisitions. What I say?
Crapers.
Crapers
is a nice machine that you make brilliant crepes. You put a little jelly on it. You roll it up. Delicious breakfast.
Okay, thank you, Mr. French chef.
Whatever you.
Is a lot of these guys, like in this case, the Pixel Stick, which became very successful, they already have a product.
Right.
It's like they're really now kickstarting, like, okay, we've had this product. It's really cool. We need your help so I can actually produce it now, basically.
Right, production and distribution. That's really what it is.
And I think that's the difference, I think, you have the indie guys who try doing it and they just have a dream.
Yeah.
But they don't really have anything to show for it. Versus something like, what Craig does, what Eddie Webb does, what, something like the Pixel Stick does, where they actually have something to show.
Sean Patrick Bannon.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I think that's what kind of separates, in a way, the successful ones from the ones who just kind of fizzle and never hear from again.
Well, I mean,
but it makes a difference that you have
absolutely.
something there to show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. There are a couple of Kickstarter projects out there that I still have not seen to fruition. And it makes me, excuse me, it makes, to this day, me slightly nervous because I don't know what the hell will ever come of it. I mean, I'm going to pull up my Kickstarter thing. I'm not going to show it to you because I don't want you to
cry.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to like laugh and point or whatever. Okay, so my first ever thing, and the other thing is you got to make sure that they are good on everything. The Chris and Scott and Chris show. I paid a shit ton of money. I paid $250, and basically that level was supposed to get me
a lot.
Let's see, $250 was supposed to give me original art drawn by Scott and Chris, a signed book from each, the signed DVD, the digital music soundtrack, behind the scenes blog access, and special thanks in the credits. I got the DVD signed and the special thanks in the credits.
You got part of it.
I didn't get the original art drawn by Scott or Chris, a signed book by either of them. I mean, that's really what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't get that because there was a difference between the company that it was not Scott or Chris who was running it. It was the production company for the video. and they basically went.
Nice.
So, but the one that really sticks out in my mind is Elysian Shadows, the next generation 2D RPG for Dreamcast, Steam, and Ouya. Ouya's dead. Dreamcast, of course, is still that. It's there, but it's not really there. But it's there, but it's not really there. And this game was originally. Where's it say when it first popped up? I can't figure. Where the hell is the damn? Isn't there like
Wait, estimated delivery.
Yeah, estimated delivery. December 2015. I have no idea where this is now. To be honest with you.
Does anybody know?
The last time they updated was January 31st of this year.
Last year.
Of last year. My bad. I apologize.
It's a little bit of difference.
My bad.
Never gonna happen. Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Be careful. I mean, okay, here's the thing. If you have a dream, by all means, pursue it. Just understand that life is not made of rainbows and lollipops.
And kittens.
And kittens
Or
and
dogs.
puppies. Life is a harsh bitch that, if given the chance, will wear 9-inch stilettos and stomp you in the nuts, either physically or metaphorically, depending on what your gender is. But
well, I think that one of the key things that we're forgetting about here too is when you raise money for a Kickstarter, it's to fund the product. You're not making yourself a profit on it.
right,
You might make a little bit, but that's not the purpose of it.
absolutely, it's to help with the finalization and the distribution of the product.
Yeah.
You're not making bank on this, and that is. And I think most people that put up Kickstarter projects are now understanding that, because early on, like, oh man, I got this great idea. I'll make a shit ton of money and I'll give a bunch of people stuff and it'll be awesome. That's not how it works. In the least, you'll be lucky, unless you are like a freaking genius like Craig Campbell. If you've got, let's say, I don't know, I'm gonna guesstimate. Don't quote me on this, but let's say you have a project that you're asking for $14,000, okay? And by the end of it, you end up spending $16,800. That is a very likely scenario, because one of the things is when you add little tchotchkes, physical items to it, you have to remember production and shipping cost for both the shipping for both getting it to you and then getting it to the person who pledged at that level.
And all that time that you now have to invest to make it all happen. That's like why he does draft.
You do quality control, all that stuff.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of work.
It is very time consuming, and that has nothing to do with the actual product that's at the core of it.
Yeah.
So what I will say, this gentleman is kind of right with the fact that we need to rethink. Don't stop on people's dreams of I want to make something amazing that no one's done before. First of all, I mean, it's good that you have that thought, but chances are someone's thought of it before. Just make it. Be the first one to make it, because that's what's the most important thing.
Well,
there are a shit ton of people who came out with different prototypes for light bulb, but when people think light bulbs, they think Thomas Edison.
Well, that's one of the first important thing too. Is remember the panel we used to give was like, so you've made your indie game, and now what?
Yeah, exactly.
So now that you have to produce it, now you also have to get the word out there that you made this fantastic product. So the word, like,
someone say "Ouya"?
yes.
What?
So the process doesn't just stop at having produced the most fantastic product ever made on the face of the planet.
Okay, so
It goes further than that.
okay, so if you are just dead set on just making this product appear and that's your end goal, cool. But if you want to make a product and then sell it to people, there's this phenomenal thing called marketing.
I mean, I would assume if you make a product, but put your blood, sweat, and tears into, you want the world to know about it.
What some people they're at a point in their life where they just want to see something come to fruition. They don't really care if if everybody and their effing mother is going to latch onto it. They just want to be able to create that one thing that they've always been after.
Okay.
Which is fine, absolutely fine, if that's what you want to do. But if your end goal is to make a shit ton of money off of an idea that you think is phenomenally amazing, you need to do a shit ton of soul searching, financial searching,
talking to your significant other, with it.
Taking into consideration real world expenses like water, electricity, internet,
beer,
food, beer.
Is that the same food group?
Beer, food.
Okay.
Food made with beer.
Ooh, yes. Now we're on something.
Beer made from food, and so forth. But the thing is, there are so many little things that you need to take into consideration. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to figure it all out. There have been individuals who have done an amazing job with Kickstarter who have been hit hard financially because mid-project, they've either gained an illness, they got hurt, there was a family thing that happened, perhaps their employed status changed, so you have to take that into consideration. Yeah. If you have an amazing product and you want to make it, by all means, make it. But understand that you can't just go out on a dream and then make it. It's as hard as it is for me to say, you're more likely to crash and burn than to succeed. But the thing is, if you got the cojones to actually try, you're a step ahead of like most people. In
the mortal words of Steven Tyler, dream on.
Exactly. So anyways, so since we're kind of in this like money mindset, let's go to the fact that the Trump administration has, as soon as the state of California passed a law, a state law, basically going around the net neutrality laws to basically protect the citizens of...
You mean the lack of net neutrality law?
Right. Depending on who you're talking to.
Okay, fair enough.
So basically, California wants to protect the citizens of California from some of these wackadoodle crazy shit and net neutrality stuff that's starting to creep out. And so as soon as they passed it, the Trump administration, the government, the national government is going, we're suing your ass.
And the ISP coalition too is now.
Yeah, because it's run by a guy who's being paid by Verizon. Anyways. I'm with California.
So am I. I mean, in my opinion, the FCC abdicated any control or responsibility over the internet when they did the whole stuff. So once
reclassification or declassification.
I mean, that's basically what they said. We no longer have responsibility over the internet.
Exactly.
And they reclassified.
Then you give the power to the local government.
So I don't know if they're getting their panties in a bundle over. I mean, I know what they are, but at the same time, you know what I mean.
Well, because they feel like they're being one up, which
they are.
They should be because they're dumb as shit for doing it.
Hello, Demon again.
And to be honest with you, be on the lookout because the next week-ish, the same lawsuit is going to happen in New Jersey and New York.
It's going to become a big thing because
New Jersey, New York, and there's another one.
I feel like Colorado is maybe one.
Yeah, I think of Colorado too.
But a bunch of states are doing the same thing in varying degrees. So not only that, but it's going to be different net neutrality laws into the states. Yeah. So it's not like it's like...
They're trying to protect their constituents in the state.
That's crazy talk, man.
I know, it's crazy. But actually listening to the people?
Don't you know that net neutrality is anti-consumer?
No.
What?
No.
That's not how it works.
Having the ISP rule the world is anti-consumer.
But if the ISP rules the world, then the ISP rules me, therefore I have internet. Is that how it works?
I don't think so.
No, damn it. So, guys, it's, this is, like you said, I don't know if we need to spend too much time on it just because this is going to be an ongoing saga for, it's not going to end anytime soon.
No, it's not.
This is almost like the battle of our lifetimes in a way. I mean, it's because this is not stopping.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
I agree.
This is going to go on and on because states are going to pass it. Congress and presidents are going to change their party affiliations.
What? No. Between Congress seats and presidents, the affiliation might change. It's not like there's a Republican president and all of a sudden he wakes up one morning and goes, God damn it, I'm a Democrat. That's not going to happen.
This is true.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
So, hopefully this gets figured out, maybe possibly in the courts. Who knows? We never know what's going to happen as far as that goes. So, Demon, what have you been playing lately? I'm always curious what you're into with your video games. Anything besides Mr. Soul Knight that you've been playing? You never know with you, since you're back now to tell us what you've been playing. I've also been playing, what is the game? Hold on. What? No, I've also been playing Dragalia. It's a new gacha game from Nintendo, but the actual developer is a different company. But I saw Nintendo, I'm like, interesting game. So I downloaded it, and it's a pretty fun gacha game. It just like came out like a couple weeks ago. And it's, you have 4 people in your party. It's very party-based as far as what's going on in the combat. And it's all like tap actions.
Tap.
It's tap actions, man.
It's tap-a-roo.
It is. You got like, it's one of those games where depending on what weapon your characters are wielding is how they attack. So, if they have a sword, they do sword attacks. If they have an axe, they do axe attacks. They're like slow versus fast. You got range attacks. So it's one of those kind of action-y type of games. I'm rather enjoying it so far.
I've picked up a game called, it's on the Switch. It's a download only game. We'll call it Earthlock. I think it's Earthlock. I was a little bit hesitant, but it's kind of like, you like that old school turn-based, like kind of JRPG-ish, kind of like story-driven game. Like, it might be fun. And I was like, I'll check it out. And it's basically made by, I think, like the Nordic Game Academy or something.
Okay.
And I started playing, I'm like, damn, this is actually really good. Cool. And so I if you can, I'll make sure that that's the right name. I believe it's Earthlock. But it is a phenomenal game. The only weird thing about this game is that, okay, so, with all the old school, like, turn-based RPG systems, you basically have, like, a list of actions that you can take, right?
Yep.
You just go, you move your indicator down. This game, it assigns each action to a button on the controller. Cool, that's fine.
Okay.
However, to confirm that, you have to hit the same button, which is a little bit confusing for me because let's say that I want to use my stab ability, which is mapped to the B button. So hit B, then I have to hit B again, which my brain goes, I'm canceling and canceling again.
Because usually the button on the bottom is confirmed.
Yeah.
Maybe that A or whatever it is, or X. Yeah. That's confirmed. Yeah.
So it's weird. So like
I can see that.
So I have to like mentally go, okay, I have to remember that I hit the same button twice to confirm. Otherwise, I'll just sit in the menu screen basically bouncing between the selection I want and then hitting the confirm button and then going back to the main to the action selection because I didn't do the same 2 damn things twice. But it's a really cool game. There is a this game has a shit ton of depth. It has this kind of like bonding element where if you team up with a specific character, so if you've got a party of 4, the first 2 are teamed, the second 2 are teamed, and the more they work together, the higher your bonding rating goes.
Like you level up their teamwork?
Yes, and then you unlock additional stuff. Like you could unlock additional health bonuses or defensive. Cool. It's actually really good.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I highly recommend it. Let me just make it, since I keep saying Earthlock, I just want to make damn sure that.
Now Charlie meets new.
I just want to make sure
video game has he been playing lately?
Yeah, I just want to make sure because they deserve a shout out. I just want to make sure I'm giving the correct shout out.
He's not just making things up again.
Well, it could be something close to that. I just don't want the people to be like, well, I couldn't find the damn game.
The game does exist. Charlie is just.
Let's see here.
Making stuff up again.
Yep, it's Earthlock. Earthlock Festival of Magic.
Nice.
It is available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U, Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, Linux, and more. It's a solid game. Like I I kind of got, what do you call it? The way that Octopath Traveler does their stuff, I got babied, or no, not babied, what the hell? Octopath Traveler basically says, hey, when you go to this area, you need this amount of, this level of experience, or yeah, you need this level of character.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, not so much. So you'll have to keep an eye. As soon as you find that save point, save, because you might find that the area that you're in, even though it's in the vicinity of an area that you belong in, that place could kick your ass really quick. I went to the wrong area once. My characters had I think it's 800 HP, and the enemies that we were facing were doing 600 HP a hit.
Cool.
I was like, that's a wipe. Like, okay, I'm not supposed to be there. So yeah.
So, who are we, Charlie?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's of course do our usual social media breakdown here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Altered Confusion. We are an independent video game news review news site. You can find us on the following. If you want to get the latest and greatest of all videos, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can do so by doing
youtube.com/AlteredConfusionLLC.
Now, of course, that's just for the videos. If you want to be in the social apparatus of said Facebook, then all you need to do is
Facebook.com/AlteredConfusion.
Now, of course, you love that, but you need more. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you one more further. And that, of course, is if you want to follow the Twitter sphere of Altered Confusion,
there's @AlteredConfusio without the N, because the N word
break the internet.
Oh my gosh.
Now, of course, if you want to go and watch all of our live streams plus our live Thursday night hangout, just go to twitch.tv/AlteredConfusion, or heaven forbid that you actually want to go to the website. You can do one of two things. I'll let Zealeus tell you the first one, and then I'll give you the actual website afterwards.
You do the thing that everybody else in the world does now, and you just Google Altered Space Confusion.
Or you could go to www.alteredconfusion.com.
That works too.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned early on, Extra Life is almost upon us, especially for Altered Confusion, because we are going to be doing it
2 weeks.
a week before the official date. We're going to be gaming all day October 27th, and we're looking for you, the fans, the viewers, the supporters, to donate to the Extra Life cause. Now, of course, I'm not going to say you only can donate to Altered Confusion for the kids, man, for the kids. If you have friends that are doing the Extra Life, by all means, donate to them. I'm not going to hate you, but please, if you have the ability, donate to Extra Life. All you got to do is go to extra-life.org, and you can either donate to the general fund, or you can find a specific person. If you go to extra-life.org and you type in the search Altered Confusion, you will find us, and then you can donate there. I think we're 2/5 of the way to our goal. There's still a little bit of time, but if you have the ability, that would be amazing. And on a different note, donations, but not, okay, so Extra Life is tax deductible, okay? It's just a little added bonus for you.
Yay!
If you want to help Altered Confusion in the upkeep of the equipment to allow us to go to conventions and all that much more, Altered Confusion has a Patreon. Patreon, of course, is your way as a patron of Altered Confusion's arts to help give back to Altered Confusion so we can afford upkeep of the equipment and, of course, travel and conventions. You can pledge. It is a monthly donation, and you can pledge or donate whatever amount you want to, but it does lock in for the month, I believe.
Yeah, and I didn't realize my credit card, I had to get a new Amex card a couple months ago, and I didn't realize Patreon had never updated my credit card.
Yeah, I know.
I had to update that today. I was like, oops.
Yeah, that's okay. So anyways, all that money goes to Altered Confusion. In the past, we have been able to buy the lapel mics, which are these right here. We bought the capture card, which allows us to do the Nintendo Switch games and stream them online for you. And we've, of course, been doing the lighting kits.
What about Chatacon?
So I am trying to figure out the final number for Chatacon. It would be phenomenal if we could get it through Patreon, but if that's not going to be plausible, we might have to do like a side thing, maybe through PayPal, because we do have PayPal.
What about like a car wash fundraiser?
I was thinking, because my wife would love this, raise money to shave Charlie's goatee off.
Only if she
campaign.
shaves it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But it would have to be enough money in order for it to shave off.
$5?
We did $250 last time.
I know, I'm just saying.
I'm not shaving it off for $5.
Okay.
That won't even give me my meal at Panera, man.
I'll contribute $5 to the fund.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an expender.
So anyways. That's bigger ice cube than I thought it was. Okay, so yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we've reached the end of our Thursday night hangout. I do hope that you enjoyed everything that you have seen or heard or thought about during the show. And it is a little bit sad that we weren't able to keep all three hosts throughout the entire evening. Jason, unfortunately, had a family thing that he had to go back to.
Family comes first.
Yes, exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank you for tuning into the Altered Confusion Thursday night hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday to give you more of this awesomeness that is called the Thursday Night Hangout. And of course, at any time, if you have any topics or questions or concerns, just drop us some information on any of our social media platforms, and we will get it done.
And remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.